What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Let's get into it. Here we are sitting at about $2.41, 41.6 cents, looking like we are in some kind of symmetrical triangle, right? Higher lows, lower highs. Here's the deal, man, is we absolutely could from here go back down. XRP could, I doubt it does. It's at 241 now. It could go all the way back down to $2.12, $2.11. And this right here, just this kind of look, this ugly pattern that I've drawn, but it is apparent, it's definitely there. Something around there roughly is a possibility, but I want to offer the idea that maybe we don't go down there, and I'll kind of tell you why. Okay, first and foremost, we look at the RSI. We look at the RSI, and it seems that now here in this little moment that we're doing this, we have broken out of this momentary downtrend. This downtrend, by the way, just so you know, happened, the top of it happened right here. This first peak that led us into our downtrend here happened right here. So you've been in this downtrend the whole time you've been consolidating, potentially, right? Unless you're consolidating still, but the idea is maybe you're not, because you broke out of this downtrend in the daily RSI. Okay, so that's a suggestion, and you have higher lows overall, and you bounced off the 40, and you're above the 60 now, potentially finding support. There's suggestive reasoning behind it that not only will you not go down from here, but you likely break out of this pattern, okay? Or you might have already broken out. Maybe this was the pattern and you've already broken out. You know, deceptive, because these lower highs could have you thinking that it goes lower. And there's reason for that. It definitely could go lower. But the readings are saying something different. Not only that, but the price is saying something different. Look at the price. What do you notice here? When I circle this, you notice the similarities in the picture, right? The two circles. When I circle this, do you see the difference, right? You see it, right? So different behavior might beget different results, or you might expect different results of different behaviors, all I'm saying. So rejected immediately, wicks. Here closing at it for like the last 4 days now. Might you go higher? Breaking out of your RSI downtrend, might you go higher, right? That's kind of my expectation. So I do think you go higher, but just so you know, if you're at 241 now and you were to go back to like $2.10, it's nothing to be concerned about. You would still have these higher lows. You'd still be in an overall kind of neutral consolidation phase. It's fine. It could happen. I doubt you do, but it's fine. My expectation is you move up. It looks bullish as hell. It looks like you want to move up. If you don't, it's fine, okay? But let's run with the idea that it does move up, because that is the expectation. Let's run with that. If we take a high to a low here, the immediate targets to consider would be anything from about 326 to 377, and these are the immediate considerations. These are your primary targets, the 1618 to the 1272. The secondary target zone is the 1886 to the 2618. Depending on how robust this move is, you could just blast through your whole primary zone and go right to your 1886 area. But likely you do show some significance at some of these areas, if not all of them or one of them along the way. The 1618 being the golden ratio is a good one to bet on, but who knows? You could tip the 1272, test back for support, and then do something like that. Who knows? Who knows how it's going to look? But this is the primary expected zone, being that this is a relatively small consolidation range, right? Especially relative to the overall chart itself. I feel like that's a small consolidation range. Likely you do go to the secondary zone, which is at a maximum at $5.76, at a minimum $4.22. That's my expectation at the moment as kind of a minimum zone. Let's zoom out and come up with other things besides our most relative consolidation phase to see if we can make sense out of that, okay? But I am going to put lines up here. I'm going to put a line right here at the 1886 and a line right there at the 2618. That is the secondary Fibonacci extension zone as defined by yours truly. Here we are. Let's see. Looking at the 3-day time frame. Maybe not. Let's look at the weekly time frame. Get some more zoned out scopes. Here we go. So from a relative high here to a relative low here. That was not the relative high. Look, the relative high goes right up to the 1618. That's perfect. This is the real high. No, that's not how it works, guys. Though I would love it if it matched up my imaginary lines. These are the real lines here. So our minimum target, 421 or 23, sorry, that does come in line pretty well with the 1414, which that's a good minimum target to have, I got to say. The 1618, a little bit above what our maximum target for the 618 would be, based off of this here. So high to low, this would suggest that not only do you see prices higher, or could you see prices higher than your secondary target zone, but you could go into your third tertiary target zone and see prices that maybe are as high as $8.80. I doubt you do. I personally doubt you do. But if you were to get above the 2618, that's what that's suggestive of based off this relative fib range here. Based off this range, I doubt you would get above $6.41. You're at 241 now. XRP genuinely could make a move right now between now and the end of February that results in prices that are above $6. And I know it might seem crazy, but man, the thing is it just went on a run from 49 cents, 50 cents itself, all the way up to about $2.90. It had a lot of repressed aggression, and we're taking a breath from that move right now. What happens whenever we get going again? It might not be as strong. Maybe it's not as potent of a move, right? From a low to a high, this is kind of what the move was. Let's just see. Oops, let me delete that. That's okay. We can delete this too. You know, low to a high, that takes you all the way up. That put you all the way up at 11 bucks. We've measured this before, right? So talking about a move that isn't quite as big, but something that's around $6.40, I don't think that's too much to ask for at all. I think that's a very achievable market cap and price for XRP. 2886 extension, that could be exactly where you go. So, and actually that makes a lot of sense. Oftentimes, and again, I'm going to delete this fib so we don't have that overlaying. And I'm going to delete the white lines here so we don't have that overlaying as well. But oftentimes when you go to the secondary zone between the 1886 and the 2618, that's where you stop. But sometimes you do break through it, and this 2886 is green for a reason. That's the money line. Sometimes in extremely bullish conditions, you do hit your 2886 or even the 3113, right? And these are part of the third target zone, but they can even be kind of like extremely bullish condition highs of your secondary zone in some cases, right? So all I'm trying to say is the fact that the 1618 here at $6.41 lines up fairly well with this very iconic kind of take profit zone for me. I don't care what I'm trading, what I'm investing in. If I'm planning on doing short-term moves, if I see a 2886 extension being hit or a 3113, if we're anywhere in the zone, I'm taking profits, man. That, like I literally am. And that ties up that zone that I'm talking about right now, like that lines up with this very significant golden ratio from your last cycle high to cycle low. I'm very convinced that at least $4.30 is going to happen for XRP by the end of February. Maybe even probably by the end of January, honestly that. But 641 or at least prices above or around $6 by the end of February are a very strong likelihood by the end of this move. And even higher, right? Your measure move technically of this bullish pattern is $11. I don't think you go to $11 right now. You'd have a very boring rest of your cycle because I don't know how much higher you go above that by the end of the cycle. But I think I've said everything I need to say. The weekly RSI looking to bounce off of the overbought zone here, very bullish look. 3-day RSI also looking bullish, bouncing off the 60 area. That's a nice look in itself. Daily breaking out of that lower trend there. Price breaking out of the trend here. I suspect you do move up higher. Look for prices above $3 to come, probably if not by the end of this week, over the coming like 6 days. If you're not above $3.26 in the next 6 days, I would suspect that it is next week that we do that. But probably by the end of this week, I would suspect that you're at least reaching for this area, if not at this area by the end of the week. And that's all I got for you. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. You know what? We can look at this real quick. I haven't done that too much tonight. Normally I say take care and then I bring it back. But let's just look at this real quick. We look at it on a daily basis. XRP, maybe on something more suitable. It'd be nice if you just continued out. I wouldn't want you to get back in the ribbon. It's okay if you do. It's not condemning, but it'd be nice if you just continued out of here. You know, the ribbon makes me think you want to go lower, to be completely fair, but the weekly doesn't. But the 3-day and the daily make me think that you want to go lower. You can't really get anything off the 4 hour. The 4 hour is so inconsistent. It's not that, but the 4 hour, to be fair, does look bullish, even though it is inconsistent. But that's all I got for you guys. If you like the video, hit the like button. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.